The NBA had one of the most polarizing draftees since LeBron James and Zion Williamson, but even he couldn't save their ratings, which reached an all-time low with 2.8 million views, down 6% from last year. Let's take a look into the NBA draft and see how much the prospects actually make. So how do you become eligible for the draft? Eligibility is simple. A player must be a year removed from high school and at least 19 years old or turning 19 the year of the draft. Most players like Zion Williamson and Barrett are one and done, which means they've attended college for a year before entering the draft. However, there are some exceptions to the rule. If a player has chosen not to attend college, said player will have to play for a professional team for at least a year before gaining eligibility. Players who've done this is Brandon Jennings and NBA hopeful LaMelo Ball. Every summer, 30 NBA teams look to add new talent to their roster. Each team has one night and 2 rounds to get it right. 233 players entered the 2019 draft, 175 college players and 58 international players, all vying to fill 60 slots. Those players have a 25% chance of making it to the NBA, and although one may land one of those highly coveted spots, every slot isn't made equal. The higher you're selected, the more money you'll make. Before the NBA draft became a televised event, bidding wars would determine who could fill their roster with the best new talent. But in 1947, this changed. The BAA, which is now known as the NBA, created a joint draft with the NBL as a way to eliminate competitive bidding amongst the teams. The draft slot would give the team exclusive bidding rights to the player. The draft order at the time was determined by the reverse order of your win-loss record. In 1947, the NBA draft consisted of 10 rounds and 80 players were chosen. The players selected were all amateur U.S. players, a far cry from what it is today. In 1949, the BAA and the NBL merged to form the NBA. In 1958, they established the draft lottery. The teams that missed the playoffs the previous year are placed in a lottery, and the team that wins the lottery has the first overall pick. However, in 2019, only the top 4 picks are determined by the lottery. The teams are chosen from the 14 teams that didn't make the playoffs. Teams with the worst record has the highest probability of becoming a lottery pick. However, once the top 4 picks are determined, the rest of the draft is determined by the team's inverse win-loss record. The NBA draft is held on one night and it consists of 2 rounds, 30 picks each round. The most important round is the first round. For teams, they work months analyzing film and establishing a draft board, while the media has hyped up and criticized prospects, created mock drafts stating where they believe a player is headed. GMs have saved and lost their jobs on this night. For players, the order in which they're picked determines how much money they'll make. Even players drafted in the first round have different pay grades, and the higher you're chosen, the more money you'll make. A player's draft stock determines how high they are projected to go. For instance, Zion Williamson was projected to be a first-round lot, but a player like BOL BOL was once projected to be a top 5 pick. He ended up sliding out of the first round. Sliding out of the first round is costly, especially when it comes to guaranteed money and how the player's contract is structured. A rookie contract is based on the rookie wage scales. Teams can pay as little as 80% of the scale, but most tend to pay 120% above the scale, which is the max contract. For instance, Zion Williamson's salary according to the rookie wage scale is $8.1 million. The agent will probably negotiate 120% above the rookie wage scale, bringing it to $9.7 million. But if they did 80%, it'll only be $6.4 million. Now, only the first 2 years of a player's contract is guaranteed. So although Zion Williamson is projected to sign a 4-year, $44.2 million contract, only an estimated $20 million is guaranteed. Compared to the last pick of the first round, Kevin Porter Jr., whose 4-year contract is worth $9.9 million, with only $4.4 million guaranteed. However, both of these players fared better than those chosen in the second round. Until recently, second-round draft pick salaries weren't guaranteed, but due to new clauses in the CBA, the league requires the team to offer the league's minimum, which is $815,615. Second-round picks also sign 2-way contracts. A 2-way contract means the league is able to bounce the player from the D-League to the NBA as they see fit. Undrafted players. If a player is not selected, they become an undrafted free agent, and they're now in control of their own destiny, and they decide which team they'll play for. Some are offered contracts while others are invited to the team's summer league. By playing on the summer league, they have the opportunity to be invited to the team's training camp, which help with hopes of making the team, or being offered a position on the team's D-League. If none of those things happen, players also begin to feel offers from overseas teams. Tell me what you think about the NBA draft, and do you think the players make enough money? Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel.